Well, we're here tonight in the Hill of the O'Neill, so we are at Ranfurly House in Dungannon, South Tyrone, to invigorate our supporters here, based here in Dungannon and South Tyrone, Republican activists, to kick-start the campaign to re-elect Michelle Gildernew as MP for this area. So it's important for us to get everybody out on the street and knocking doors. And Michelle, as you know, has been widely known across this constituency. She's worked tremendously hard, both as an MLA and as an MP, and her name goes second on with work and work ethic, and it stands to her, so it does. You know, she's been re-elected several times on the narrowest of margins, and no doubt it'll come down to the narrow margin again whenever she's faced with the Orange Order and all that can throw at her. And it's up to us to make sure that everybody gets out, gets their vote, is registered to vote, and do their bit.
The importance of this seat, and it had been one of Bobby Sands. I actually got out of prison long case the day Bobby Sands got elected, you know. And I remember coming home. I've been in about nearly 7 years, and it actually meant more to me listening to that result that day on the TV than getting out of jail that morning. I grew up in this area. I was part of the Brantry Common. I stood in a house in Caledon during the squatting. I was there all through that as a young 15-year-old. This means everything. I was in Omagh the night that you got elected before votes, all night and the next morning. And I've written it up before. It's one of the greatest days of my life politically. You know, coming back up out of that place, knowing that when the presiding officer told the unionists, nobody counts, lads, and we knew about 4 votes ahead. But getting a real, it's everything. It's our bastion, you know. This Fermanagh, South Tyrone.
And what's your call to electorate in Fermanagh, South Tyrone coming up to the election?
I think it's important that your vote's important. It's important that you get out there. You know, that is important. Use your vote because it's needed. You know, we need your vote. Michelle needs your vote. We need to hold this seat. This is our fortress, you know. This must be defended, this seat. Everyone's needed, you are important, and everyone is important.
Yeah, fantastic night, and obviously Michelle is a tremendous candidate, huge personality, extremely likeable, liked right across the community. Someone who's very committed and dedicated worker on behalf of people, very committed and dedicated Irish Republican, and I'm very proud to be here tonight to support what is effectively the launch of her campaign. And of course we all understand that in Fermanagh, South Tyrone, the last time she held on to the seat by the slimmest of margins, and I hope this time the people will recognise that there's a very real opportunity to put clear blue water between the progressive politics of Sinn Féin, a party looking to the future, a party that is devoted to peacemaking and social justice and delivering for people in terms of economic development, and those who represent regressive politics and who find it very difficult to move on.
That clearly is the choice in Fermanagh, South Tyrone, moving on, creating equality or going backwards.
Yeah, I think that, you know, when you look at the fact that we have been able to put our candidate out front with no fears whatsoever about our abilities or capabilities, and even now at this stage our opponents find it very difficult to come up with a candidate who can match the abilities of Michelle Gildernew, I think that effectively says it all. But the key point for the electorate in this area, in Fermanagh and South Tyrone, is to use their vote for progressive politics, and for a young woman, a young mother who has devoted her life to the cause of people, to the cause of Irish republicanism, and to the cause of reaching out to our neighbours to build what is for us a very important political objective, and that is an inclusive society at peace with itself.
This journey that we're on together, we might have joined it at different times, we might have joined it at different stages in our lives, or we might have joined it in different decades, but we're all part of the same journey, and we all are trying to get to the same destination. And for me, I think that's what it's all about. While tonight was about the fact that we have an election in a few short weeks, this is about achieving an Irish Republic that we can all be proud of, about completing that journey and making sure that the people who died not having seen a realisation to it, who maybe died early, who spent years in jails, who were killed as part of the conflict, that everybody who's on this journey with us, that we end up with a republic that they can be proud of. That it's not about compromise, it's not about falling short, it's about finishing the job that Bobby Sands, as Owen said in the tape tonight, those 10 young men and a whole generation, that all of those people can be proud of what we've achieved, and we're in this together. So I think I'm excited about completing that journey. It's about a country that we can all be proud of, whatever our race, our creed, our colour, our religion. It's about making sure that everybody feels that they're a valuable part of our society, and that they have something to bring to that society, and that that there's ownership of the Ireland that we create together. I did an interview today, and I was talking to an American researcher, and talked about the proclamation, and said, in 1916 the proclamation started Irish men and Irish women. They talked about cherishing all the children of our nation equally. Almost 100 years later, that's still a really powerful document, a powerful presentation of what our country should look like, and it has taken us this long and we haven't achieved that yet. But I think the visionaries, the men and women of 1916, saw in Ireland where being a woman wasn't a disadvantage, where being disabled wasn't a disadvantage, where we had an island that incorporated everybody, their hopes, their dreams and their aspirations, and that's what we want to create. This seat is important. This is a very symbolic seat, but it's not just about the seat, it's not just about this election, it's about building an Ireland of equals. It's about looking to the next election in the South, looking to build our political strength. We have a mandate now, but we recognise that without a bigger mandate we can't deliver real social change in the island of Ireland. And we've seen, as recently as the Stormont House negotiations, where we were the people who were driving change, where others were not participants, they were spectators, but only for Sinn Féin and our vision, I think we would have a very different outcome last Christmas. So there's a lot of work to be done. We have a couple of elections that really are keeping us focused, but at the end of the day, it's what those elections can achieve for the long term that is what we're all about.